Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 805. I want to introduce everybody to the show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We are going to talk about protecting your digital assets. A lot of people call that cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all those different things. They get in your wallet and then people attack you. We're going to talk about cybersecurity for your digital assets with a brand new product that my good friend Jeff Glusman is bringing to the market. Remember, we're streaming live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. Look for us at Freed on Business and at Jim Freed. Again, our guest today is Jeffrey Glusman with BDIC Insurance. I want to remind everybody, our good friends at Warren Henry have been our sponsor for, 12, 13 years. I can't even really remember at this point. I want to thank Larry, Warren, Eric, Ismet, the whole team at Warren Henry. They always make it feel like family. They've got stores all across the state, and they sell all kinds of great cars. Always the best price, always the best service from our friends at Warren Henry. And now here's our guest, Mr. Jeffrey Glusman.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing well.
You look the part today. You got your tee going. You got your hoodie going. You got that beard thing going. You got it all going today. Tell me a little bit about the problem you solve and what you call your company.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Blockchain Deposit Insurance Corporation was created out of a need in the marketplace. There was a gap. There's people using and adopting digital currencies, putting them in their wallets, their daily wallet, like our checking accounts, but have no insurance, have no backstop to it. And the industry adoption, the cryptocurrency adoption in daily life, not necessarily in the U.S., but globally, is on a pace where it's outpacing the adoption of the internet or the credit card. So this is a necessity. Insurance provides what people need in their life, whether it be sleep factor or just the mental stability to know that their bank account, their wallet, their home, their car has that insurance component. So this was a blue ocean missing factor for us.
I've sat down with people who've talked to me about creating digital assets to support their real estate syndication many times. And more than once, one of the young early adopters in the room has said, I forgot the access code to my wallet. I can't access my Bitcoin or my Ethereum. Is there a way to solve that problem? Jeff, there wasn't before. Is this really a solution to that?
I don't know that it's a solution for someone not having their access code or having to go find their key phrases or their entries. This is more a solution to protect against, I think, kind of what we go through in a day-to-day, and I'll compare it to using our debit or credit cards online or just swiping, or used to be leaving the yellow or the pink copy on the table. There was a risk component to it. And these hot wallets we're talking about, Barack Obama said it best, these are portable Swiss bank accounts. And everyone that has a digital wallet, their hot wallet, their daily use wallet for their life, is walking around with these bank accounts in their pockets with no insurance against them, no protection against the common fraud that occurs daily. And it's not the cold calls that you and I are getting at home pretending to be a bank and giving us a code to steal from the ATM. These are more sophisticated people, and they're focused. They look to identify prey, and they're very good at what they do. So this insurance, it allows you to have the ability to operate daily, knowing that if those things happen, you're going to be made whole.
So walk me through one of the events. I regularly get phished. I've gotten texts that say, click here. I've gotten emails that say, click here. I've gotten requests from funds from Nigerian princes, the whole bit. How does this really help me? And what does this really protect me? Make it a real life example.
I'm going to go back to my own personal experience with a major bank recently in the U.S. I was on the phone with the bank going over transactions that I wasn't sure were on point. And while I was on the phone, I noticed an ATM withdrawal for $400 in Hallandale Beach. And I was not in Hallandale Beach. I was in West Palm Beach. I refreshed the screen. There was another ATM withdrawal for $400 while I was on the phone. My anxiety went up. I could feel my heart blowing out of my neck as I told the representative that I was being stolen from. Went through the appropriate process, signing the affidavit and having my money refunded to me. I never once wondered if it was coming back, because I have that ultimate trust and faith in knowing that the FDIC insurance on my bank account exists and it's legit, right? So that's the key. That's the real key. Just knowing that if you get phished, if you get conned, if someone duplicates your wallet address, if you don't have your guard up, if you're using even one of our preferred wallets, a Trust Wallet or a Nano Ledger X, whatever it may be, it's going to happen. I saw it happen to one of the smartest men that I know, a doctor who in the last 12 months had over $100,000 taken out of his wallet. Now, he didn't follow the protocols. He didn't follow the disciplines, and that's more on user error than not. But it goes to show of having insurance would have protected 20 of the $100,000.
So right. I drive by the gas station. I pull in. I go in. I get a bottle of Gatorade or a glass of water, and I see a Bitcoin ATM right there in the lobby. Is
Sure.
that what we're really talking about here?
Well, not so much so. If you're buying Bitcoin as an asset, right, which is what I would say it is more so than a digital currency now, it's become capital. So if you're holding Bitcoin, the odds are you're holding Bitcoin in a hard wallet or an offline wallet where your risk or your need for insurance is much lower. We're talking about if you're holding 10 to 20,000 worth of a stable coin in your wallet, which is the equivalent of $1 per se rather than Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's at 100,000. So maybe you have a tenth of a Bitcoin in your wallet and fraud occurs and you lose that $10,000. Then we look at the blockchain, we confirm the fraud, and you get made whole. And now we don't insure against the volatility of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin happens to go to from 100 some odd to 50, and your account value goes from 10 to 5, that's not an insurable event, right? So that's important to delineate, is that we're not insuring against Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or anyone going out of business. We're insuring against the fraud. And our bands are from 0 to 20,000, right? The average wallet size globally right now is somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 US dollars.
So
right?
Is this like Apple Pay?
No, this is like, well, for you, a digital wallet, and you will reference it as Apple, is where they're taking your Visa card or your debit cards and putting it into a digital so that you're protected in your transactions. A digital wallet in current cryptocurrency is literally like your checking account at XYZ Bank. You likely have a checking account and a savings account, really American of us, right? Well, the same thing exists in the wallet world. You'll have your hot wallet, your checking account, or your soft wallet, whatever you want to call it. And then your hard wallet or your cold wallet is like your savings account. So your hard wallet, if you owned Bitcoin and you had 100 Bitcoin, maybe you've got a tenth, right, of a fraction of Bitcoin in your hot wallet that you're out there every day using as, and the rest of it is in your safety deposit box, your hard wallet put away, your savings account.
So Jeff, a lot of the world is unbanked today, especially in Africa and in lower income countries, maybe in Latin America. There's even countries where they use cryptocurrency as their main
Yep.
denomination. Is that who this is really addressed to right now? Is people that are really literally using their wallet as an online bank account? Because that capital in that wallet is at risk, especially in places where it may not be protected by a sophisticated cybersecurity system.
Right. Well, I think it's twofold, really. This is a plug and play for people that are using it in the daily. India, the government accepts and gives payment in cryptocurrency to its citizens, right? I'm pretty sure the city of Miami paid its employees in Bitcoin a few years ago, if I recall.
Miami coin, I think.
Right. So the adoption of, and we've seen what's happened in South America, we've seen other countries, it is going to allow people that use it in their daily in Hong Kong and Greater China and Australia, in Europe, to have that sleep factor. And it's going to put other people into the adoption and use because they're seeing really a destabilization of general fiat currencies, right? The dollar, right? There's risk there, debasement of the dollar. I think Larry Fink said the other day with BlackRock. If those things happen, then the turn to digital currencies and the adoption of something that is not controlled by the government is going to be something that you find, and not unless the U.S. is probably still 2 or 3 years behind. This current administration and regulation, their pushback against a central bank digital currency suggests that the monetization of this business in the U.S. at the institutional level, which we've already seen the BlackRocks of the world in their ETFs, now we're seeing the Morgan Stanleys and Bank of America saying, hey, if we're allowed to make money in transactions, I see that being down the road similar to as it was when I was at Merrill Lynch, where these investment banks go to their retail clients like me and say, hey, just like they did with our Visa Signature Card and American Express brand and issued a Merrill Lynch component, and Morgan Stanley and Gold, they all do it, that they're going to turn around and issue their own branded wallets, right? Here's your Ledger wallet by Morgan Stanley. Now you can go hold your digital currencies. So our country will catch up. But this product right now is an international adoption play. It's an awareness play. It's also educational. You know, my father is certainly a boomer. And when I talk to him about digital currencies, he makes bitter beer face. But if I explain that he can have a bank account or safety deposit box component with insurance around it, he will buy $19,999 worth of it because he understands. He's just scared that he doesn't understand how it can be taken from him. Right, but if it's insurance,
and in the future there will be the digital dollar. They will be put in a wallet per se, and this is a way to have democratization of that particular financial holding.
That's now. It's not the future. It's now. It's just not adopted in the U.S. or really not comprehended in the U.S. But I think if you look at the other, India, China. I don't mean to say anything negative about our baby country that's 300 years old, but these other countries that are in the long game have not only adopted, look at the BRIC nations issuing and talking about their central banks and their digital currencies. We're playing catch up. That's the good, bad news. And depending on your political view, which doesn't matter, this administration in the U.S. understands, and the arrows all point to adoption in the next 2 to 6 years for our country, and it being something that's pushed down on us, not something that we necessarily wake up to. So I think we're ahead of the curve, and I know we're first to market. So at the retail level, and that's a big deal.
Jeff, if you could stick with us, we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back for the bottom line, your last word on the topic.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Mr. Mendoza, you know what to do. Well, I was just checking my digital wallet to make sure my cash was still there. Won't have to do that down the road when I'm working with Mr. Glusman and his team. I want to remind everybody that people who are early adopters in the auto industry and auto sales and auto finance are our friends at Warren Henry. They've got all kinds of great new ideas that help you buy and lease your car. They give you every advantage that you can when you work with them. They make you a member of the Warren Henry family. Their physical locations are up in Gainesville, where they sell Audis. Down in the Keys, they sell all their name brands. Of course, at 151st and Biscayne, they've got Land Rover, Range Rover, Infiniti, Jaguar, and Lincoln. And in South Dade and in West Broward, they've got award-winning Land Rover, Range Rover stores. Whenever you want to get the Warren Henry Advantage, which is a whole portfolio of good advantages that you get, services and other great add-ons to your purchase, you want to go to Warren Henry. Remember, my mom, my wife, lots and lots of my clients, we've been members, including me, of the Warren Henry family for decades. You should be too. Remember, always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry. I want to remind everybody that I'm the founder and chairman of Sandstone Realty Advisors. We do hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate transactions every year. We service some of the largest real estate and investing families across the globe. And if you want to reach me, you can call me at that number. You can email me at the email address. And remember, whenever you reach out to me, it's always all about you. And now back to Mr. Jeffrey Glusman.
Yes, sir.
Jeff. There you go. So, Jeff, what's the bottom line here? How are you helping people solve a problem?
Well, we're helping people solve the problem by providing a solution that's needed. Sleep Factor for those that are using, the opportunity to engage for those that want to use but are concerned. There's been a lot of negative news in the space. Last year, several of those digital currency platforms showed zero balances in their accounts. And my eldest son, Mason, called me on one of those days and said, I have no money left. It's been stolen from me. And that heart palpitation, that anxiety being eliminated. And really, most importantly, the transparency of this insurance company and what it's going to do with its foundation and on the humanitarian side is going to make a difference. Not just providing people the ability to become part of a community and to benefit from insurance, but also to push a direction where the billions of dollars of profits that we've seen insurance companies make in the past that go to the pocket holders of people that are not really aware of what's going on, instead are going to go to humanitarian effort and aid. And I wanted to mention that it's a big part of our drive and our mission is to allow the adoption of digital currencies to happen and to help it, but to also do more in the world to help. So I appreciate the opportunity today to speak with you.
Thank you so much for sharing your intellectual capital with us and giving us a glimpse of the future of digital currency by using blockchain deposit insurance with your blockchain deposit insurance corporation.
Well, I appreciate it and I appreciate the team. We've put a lot of work in the last 15 months and really the last 2 months to get to this launch. Our website will be live and pumping tomorrow, and we'll have some press releases out. So great to speak to you first and talk about the business, and appreciate the opportunity to give you the scoop.
Well, thank you so much for allowing us to break the news on your ability to help people protect their stable coin and their digital wallets.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
I'll see you soon, Jeff. I want to remind everybody, if they missed something on today's episode, they can check out the replay on any of our social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, or Instagram at Jim Fried or at Fried on Business. Jeff, please stick with us in the green room after the show. Make sure you head on over to the at Jim Fried YouTube page, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or anywhere where you listen to your audio. And please check out all of our past episodes. I want to remind everybody to go to our main sponsor at Warren Henry. Warren Henry, auto, always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry. And Jeff Glusman is a really good example of what we're going to close the show with today. I want to remind everybody that the person who wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Go out there and solve a problem just like the way Jeffrey Glusman did. Everybody, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Mr. Mendoza, the rest is yours.